Have you ever noticed that the biggest battles in life happen inside your own mind? Have you ever wondered why you can speak confidently with close friends, but suddenly become quiet when you're afraid someone might judge you? Imagine a young man who spent years trying to impress everyone around him. He agreed with opinions he didn't believe, laughed at jokes he didn't find funny, and constantly checked his phone, hoping for messages that would make him feel valued. Every decision was controlled by one invisible question: what will people think of me? One day he realized something painful. The people whose approval he had chased for years didn't respect him more. They simply expected him to keep sacrificing his own needs. That is how approval slowly becomes a prison. It doesn't lock your body inside walls, it locks your potential inside fear. The modern world rewards those who can think independently, yet millions remain trapped by imagined criticism. The truth is that every successful person has faced rejection, embarrassment, and failure. The difference is that they stopped allowing those experiences to define their identity. Throughout this video, you'll discover why your brain craves approval, why rejection feels so painful, and the practical habits that can help you build confidence from within instead of borrowing it from other people's opinions. Have you ever wondered why one negative comment can erase the happiness created by 100 compliments? Imagine posting something online that you're proud of. Hundreds of people appreciate it, but one stranger leaves a harsh criticism. Instead of remembering the support, your mind keeps replaying that single negative opinion. The same thing happens at work when your manager praises 9 parts of your performance but points out one mistake. You forget the praise and obsess over the criticism. Your brain isn't broken. It evolved to notice potential threats more than comfort. The challenge is learning not to let that instinct control your decisions. Think about the opportunities fear has already stolen from you. Maybe you wanted to apply for a better job, but convinced yourself you weren't qualified. Maybe you wanted to start a business, ask someone out, or share your ideas, but fear whispered that rejection would be unbearable. Yet every person you admire has heard no many times. Confidence isn't the absence of rejection. It's the willingness to keep moving despite it. The habit to build today is simple. Every day do one small action that makes you slightly uncomfortable. Each time you survive that discomfort, your mind learns that rejection is temporary, but growth is lasting. Have you ever noticed that the people who seem strongest are not always the loudest? They don't argue to prove every point, they don't chase every opportunity to impress others, and they don't let every insult decide their mood. Their greatest strength is emotional self-control. Imagine 2 co-workers receiving the same public criticism. The first reacts immediately, raises their voice, and spends the rest of the day angry. The second pauses, listens carefully, separates useful feedback from unnecessary negativity, and responds calmly. Weeks later, people remember the second person's composure far more than the first person's anger. This is the quiet power of mastering your emotions. It doesn't mean becoming cold or pretending you never feel hurt. It means choosing your response instead of letting your emotions choose it for you. Every morning you practice this skill in small moments, getting out of bed when you want to sleep longer, staying focused instead of endlessly scrolling your phone, or calmly saying no when someone asks too much of you. Those ordinary decisions become extraordinary character over time. Real power begins when your actions are guided by your values instead of your impulses. That is the foundation of discipline, confidence, and lasting self-respect. Have you ever wondered why some people instantly earn respect without demanding it? They don't have the loudest voice, the most expensive clothes, or the biggest social media following. Yet when they speak, people listen. Now imagine 2 managers. The first constantly reminds everyone that he is the boss. He interrupts conversations. The second manager rarely talks about authority. He listens carefully, makes decisions calmly, keeps his promises, and treats everyone fairly. After a few months, one is obeyed because people fear conflict, while the other is respected because people trust his character. This reveals a powerful truth. Respect cannot be forced, it is earned through consistent behavior. Many people lose respect without realizing it. They apologize for things that require no apology, explain every decision, seek validation before taking action, and allow others to cross their boundaries again and again. Every time you ignore your own values to avoid disappointing someone, you quietly teach others how to treat you. Start changing that today. Speak honestly, keep your word, and remember that saying no with respect is often more powerful than saying yes out of fear. Strong boundaries don't push good people away, they reveal who truly respects you. Have you ever noticed how temptation rarely arrives looking dangerous? It usually appears as comfort. Skip today's workout, scroll for just 5 more minutes. You can start tomorrow. Imagine waking up with 2 voices inside your mind. One promises immediate pleasure, while the other quietly reminds you of the person you want to become. Every successful person hears both voices. The difference is not talent, it's which voice they choose to follow more often. Think about your daily routine. Every unnecessary distraction steals a little of your focus. Every broken promise to yourself weakens your confidence. Discipline isn't built by making one heroic decision. It's built by winning hundreds of small battles that nobody else sees. Put your phone away while studying. Finish the task before checking notifications. Wake up when the alarm rings instead of negotiating with yourself. These actions seem ordinary, yet they slowly transform your identity. One day you'll look back and realize that your future wasn't shaped by luck, but by the habits you repeated when nobody was watching. Remember this whenever comfort calls your name. Your habits are quietly building the person you'll become tomorrow. Have you ever wondered why some failures make people stronger while others give up after the very first setback? Imagine 2 entrepreneurs who both launch a business. After a few months, both fail. The first says, "I'm not good enough," and never tries again. The second asks, "What can this experience teach me?" and starts improving immediately. A year later, one still carries the pain of failure, while the other carries the wisdom it created. The event was the same, but the mindset was completely different. Life will reject you at times. You won't get every opportunity, every promotion, or every relationship you hope for. Those moments can either become excuses or lessons. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What skill do I need to build because of this?" That single question changes disappointment into progress. Every rejection becomes practice. Every mistake becomes feedback. Every difficult season becomes preparation. The strongest people are not those who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to let failure become their identity. Your greatest transformation often begins on the day you stop. Stop fearing rejection and start treating every challenge as another step toward becoming stronger. Have you ever noticed that the people who seem the calmest are often the strongest? Imagine someone insults you in front of everyone. Your heart starts racing, your face feels hot, and your mind demands that you fight back immediately. At that moment, you have 2 choices. You can let your emotions control your actions, or you can pause for just a few seconds. Those few seconds can change everything. In today's world, people lose jobs, relationships, and opportunities because they react before they think. Emotional self-control doesn't mean pretending you never feel anger, sadness, or disappointment. It means choosing the response that serves your long-term goals instead of your immediate feelings. Think about a professional athletes. They miss shots, make mistakes, and hear criticism from thousands of people, yet they must quickly refocus on the next play. Life works the same way. Every setback is another opportunity to practice emotional discipline. Before reacting to criticism, ask yourself one question. Will this response make my future better, or is it only satisfying my emotions for a few seconds? The strongest answer is often the calmest one. Master that habit, and you'll begin solving problems instead of creating them. Have you ever wondered why so many people spend years chasing happiness but never seem satisfied? They believe that the next phone, the next promotion, more followers, or more money will finally make them feel complete. But every achievement creates another desire, and the cycle starts again. Imagine filling a bucket with water while there's a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it never stays full. That's exactly what happens when your happiness depends entirely on external rewards. Lasting confidence begins when you stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming?" Every book you read, every workout you complete, every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your character in ways that no one can take away. Build a life that isn't controlled by likes, compliments, or temporary success. Instead, focus on becoming someone who acts with integrity, even when nobody is watching. The world will always change. People's opinions will always change. Trends will always change. But your character is one investment that keeps growing if you protect it every single day. Have you ever noticed that your future is created by the choices nobody else sees? No audience watches you wake up early. No applause follows when you choose to study instead of wasting another hour scrolling your phone. No trophy appears when you stay patient instead of reacting with anger. No trophy appears when you stay patient instead of reacting with anger. Yet these quiet moments decide the direction of your life. Imagine two people standing in the same place today. 5 years later, one has built a meaningful career, strong relationships and confidence, while the other still blames luck, circumstances and other people. The difference wasn't one dramatic decision. It was thousands of invisible choices made every day. Every morning is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every distraction is a vote for comfort. Every disciplined action is a vote for growth. The question isn't whether change is possible. The question is what you're voting for today. Your habits are writing your future long before anyone else can see the results. If you learn to win these small battles consistently, you discover that extraordinary success is usually the result of ordinary actions repeated with extraordinary commitment. Have you ever wondered what your life would look like if fear no longer made your decisions? Imagine waking up tomorrow without needing anyone's approval to feel valuable. You speak honestly because it reflects your values, not because you expect applause. You accept rejection because you know it is part of growth, not proof of failure. You protect your time because you respect yourself first. You stay calm under pressure because you've trained your mind to pause before reacting. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It begins with one decision, repeated every single day, choosing discipline over comfort, courage over fear, and purpose over temporary pleasure. Years from now, you won't remember every compliment you received or every criticism that hurt you. But you will remember the day you finally stopped letting other people's opinions control your future. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, do one thing you've been avoiding because of fear. Apply for that job, start that project, speak up in that meeting, have that difficult conversation, or simply say no when you truly mean it. Then come back and comment, "Day 7 complete," so everyone here can celebrate your progress and inspire others to do the same. And if you're serious about mastering your mind, building unshakable discipline, and developing lasting confidence through practical psychology and timeless philosophy, subscribe and join this community. Your strongest self is built one decision at a time, and that journey starts today.